How to make French apple cake. You'll need granulated sugar, flour, either Calvados or white rum or apple brandy, your choice. Lemon juice, salt, baking powder, a pound and a half of Granny Smith apples, vanilla extract, 3 room temperature eggs, milk, and confectioner's sugar. First step, we're going to peel, core, and slice these apples. When you're done peeling, coring, and slicing, arrange them on a microwavable pie pan like this and microwave until translucent. When apples are in the microwave, preheat your oven to 325. Apples are done when you can slightly bend them like this, about 3 minutes. Next, we're going to add a tablespoon of your alcohol or Calvados and a teaspoon of lemon juice. Then we're going to let them sit for about 15 minutes to cool. In a bowl, we're going to whisk together a cup of flour, a cup of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. Whisk to combine. Whisk to combine. In a separate bowl, whisk 1 egg, whisk a cup of oil, cup of milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. When you're done whisking your eggs, oil, milk, and vanilla together, you want to combine your dry ingredients with your wet ingredients. Be very careful not to overmix, and mix until just barely combined. Stop mixing when you see little bits of streaks of flour. That's perfectly fine. You want to avoid overmixing at all costs. Transfer 1 cup of batter to a separate bowl. And put it aside. With your 2 remaining eggs, you want to separate the whites from the yolks. You only want to put the yolks in the cake. Leave the whites separate. Like so. Whites, yolks. Whisk this to combine. When you're done mixing in your yolks, carefully fold in your apple slices. Again, avoid overmixing. Do it as quickly and as carefully as possible. Lightly spray and flour your cake pans and put them on a lined baking sheet. With your remaining batter, combine 2 tablespoons of flour, whisk until just barely combined, and then evenly spread it over the top of your cakes. Now taking a tablespoon of granulated sugar, evenly spread it over your cakes. Bake these off at 325 degrees for about an hour or so. So after about an hour in the oven, these guys are done. I'm going to transfer these to a wire rack, let them sit for about 5 minutes, run a paring knife around the edges of the cake just to let it get a little bit loose. Then I'm going to let it cool for about 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm going to take it out of the pan. Then with your confectioner's sugar, you can lightly you can lightly sprinkle on some confectionery sugar, but I do not suggest doing that until you are ready to serve. Confectioner's sugar is very finicky, it's very shy. It will melt off the cake if it's sitting on a pastry for too long. I suggest putting the confectioner's sugar on when you're ready to serve. Enjoy! Happy Mother's Day, Mommy, I love you.